Hey guys, welcome back to Ouch Mountain, and today it's pretty nice. It's in the 60s today. It's mid-December, which is kind of crazy, but it's going to turn cold just in time for Christmas. So today's a special day. Sarah and I are going to go look for a Christmas tree for her mom and dad. And have y'all always had a real tree?
Yes, always. I think Daddy has always gone to the woods and cut down a tree, and sometimes they were good and sometimes not so good, but I don't ever remember us having anything but a live tree.
So Bob's not able to go this year, so we're going to go looking for a tree. And we'll probably talk a little bit about families and traditions, and y'all stay with us.
I think this one is probably a little bit too big. Trees tend to look smaller in the woods than they actually are when you get them inside your house. I remember one year my sister and I went to the woods with Daddy, and we talked him into getting this beautiful Christmas tree, and when we got it home it would barely fit through the door, and Mother said that we ended up having to put it out in the middle of the room. We lived in a little A-frame house at the time, and if you know anything about an A-frame, the walls are sloped, and so you really can't put anything big, anything tall on the outside wall, and that's where we typically had the tree. So I think we had to put it in the middle of the room, and it was so tall it extended up beyond the beams, the cross beams. So I guess that's a lesson learned, that we need to pay attention to the height of the tree before we chop it down and take it home.
What do you think about these?
No, I don't think so. These look a little better from a distance than they do up close.
They're kind of sparse, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Let's keep looking. Well, cedar trees grow naturally on our property, and I don't know, have you seen our pine trees? These are our pine trees, and so the pine tree that would be probably the appropriate height is pretty skinny and not very sturdy, and I don't think it would hold the ornaments like it should. So we don't grow fir trees in East Tennessee. They aren't naturally here. Fraser firs are beautiful Christmas trees, but we just don't have those in East Tennessee. So I guess the cedar tree is the next best thing for us.
You'd think with all these acres and acres of trees that we'd be able to find a Christmas tree pretty easy. It's just not that easy. Do you see anything up there?
I didn't find anything. Let's keep looking.
What do you think about this tree?
Well, I thought it was pretty good, but as we get closer to it, it looks like that one side is kind of flat. Otherwise,
Yeah.
It's pretty full, but I think we better just keep looking.
I think it is kind of flat and bare on this one side. Okay. All right, you think you found one?
I think so. This one looks pretty good. It's got a vine growing in it, but
There's actually two here next to each other, right?
yeah, I like this bigger one. I like it.
How do you think your mom and dad will like it?
I think they'll like it. I think it's a good one. So I think we have found the tree. This is a cedar tree, and it is definitely more full than some of the others that we've seen, so I think there'll be plenty of places to put lights and hang ornaments. I think Mother and Daddy will be pleased with this one, so we're going to get ready, chop it down, and take it home with us.
All right, so we've been talking about families and traditions, and one tradition is Sarah's family goes out and searches for a Christmas tree, usually a cedar tree that they found somewhere on the property. Another tradition they have is this blue-handled axe. So this axe is a special axe. It's her dad's axe, and he's always carried it with him everywhere he goes, whether it's on a job or a Sunday afternoon hike. He used it a lot when we were doing our logging to build our house. So it's been a staple with him everywhere he goes. And he's a consulting forester, so he has a master's degree in forestry, so he really knows his stuff out in the woods. But today we're going to use it to cut down the cedar tree that we're going to use for their Christmas tree and carry on the tradition.
So here are some pictures of my daddy and our oldest son Eli on a couple of their Christmas tree hunts. These pictures were probably taken about 18 or 19 years ago. It's starting to rain, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing loaded up, head to the house with it.
All right, so I think we found a really good tree. I think it's tall enough, I think it's big enough and round enough, full enough.
I think so.
Good.
I think Mother and Daddy will like it. A funny story from my childhood. My daddy would always go looking for a Christmas tree. He would go into the woods. Most of the time my sister and I would go with him and talk him into something that wouldn't maybe fit in the house, but we always liked a nice, big, tall, full tree. But this particular year we did not go with him, and so he came home and he had 2 Christmas trees, and we couldn't figure out what he was doing with 2 Christmas trees, and he also had his drill with him, so we were even a little more puzzled. But he cut limbs off of the first tree and he drilled holes in the trunk of the second tree, and he inserted those limbs into the tree to make the tree more full and to make it good for us. My daddy always has a way of wanting to make things perfect at Christmas and really throughout the entire year. He has an interesting way of doing that sometimes, but he's quite the character. But this year he had made us the perfect Christmas tree, and it's just funny. I think about that story often at Christmas time, and just think about the way he did that to make our Christmas tree perfect for us that year.
Yeah, he's quite the mountain man. He's really a character. But we just want to tell you Merry Christmas from our mountain to yours, and we hope you have a great new year. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, click the like button, and we will see you next time on Ouch Mountain.
Merry Christmas!